Cool. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the InstructLab community meeting for today's November 12th. Before we get started, I'll go through the usual housekeeping reminders. All our meetings are governed by the InstructLab Community Code of Conduct. So just keep in mind, be nice to each other, be kind. And all the meetings are recorded, as I mentioned, and will be posted in the InstructLab YouTube channel. If you prefer not to be on camera, that's fine. Please feel free to join off camera or dial in via the phone. And if you are calling in via the phone, you can feel free to jump in if you need to ask questions or make a comment. If you're on the Google Meet, please raise your hand to ask questions or use the chat function to chat and discuss things. And lastly, there's a list at the bottom of each week's meeting notes where you can add your names. Feel free to do so if you like, to let people know your participation in our meetings. Thanks so much, and let's get started with today's meeting. So this week in Salt Lake City, we have KubeCon happening. I think the main event starts Wednesday tomorrow, but today there's a bunch of co-located events. One of which is Cloud Native and Kubernetes AI Day, which Red Hat is the diamond sponsor. And we have a keynote by Yuan Tang from Red Hat. Dominic is there to support it, to staff the booth and give out InstructLab swag and talk about all things InstructLab and AI in Red Hat. So take a look if you're interested. I mean, there's no online streaming, I believe, but follow along on social channels on what's going on if you're interested in that. And we'll try to share a recap in the upcoming events, upcoming meetings. I think this CLI 0.17.2 release was done after last week's meeting, so it was mentioned in the CLI meeting, but just wanted to bring it out here so that people are aware. The 17.2 release was released to ease confusion around Python version support. Nathan, would you like to just comment a bit about this?
Yes, thank you, Carol. So we were getting a lot of questions. A lot of folks were installing 0.17.1 onto their systems, and we realized that the reason for that was because this was the last iLab version that supported Python 3.9 and Python 3.12. We are planning on reintroducing 3.12 support now that we were able to get the Torch versions bumped. So that is on the roadmap, but for now, you have to have Python 3.10 or 3.11 to use the latest version of InstructLab, which is 0.20. So what we did is I added a message, just a deprecation notice to 17, just to let folks know that like you're getting this version because of the Python version you're installing it under. So yeah, so thank you, Carol. That's the text of the message. So when you run any iLab help or iLab config init command, you see this message. So we went ahead and released that, and this is just to let users know that the iLab version they have is not the newest version, and if they change their Python version, they can get the newer version as well. Lisa, I see you got your hand up.
Yeah, so would it be possible to put a message when they're doing the install?
I looked into that, like to see if like pip allowed for that to be done, and unfortunately, that does not seem to be a way to do that. So this was sort of the second best option we were able to implement.
Okay, that's fine. I've had several people run into this, and then I had to debug their Python issues.
Yeah, I can put yeah, yeah, I mean, it can get into whether or not they're installing it on their system or in a virtual environment. Like one issue that we had on the Red Hat side is that the RHEL 9 version that a lot of people were using ships with Python 3.9. So people were just running the pip install and they were getting 17.1. So I think Kelly added some stuff about upgrading and about using the virtual environments in the upstream docs. So hopefully that can be of some help. When we reintroduce 3.12 support, only 3.9 will be affected. So that will also hopefully sort of lower the amount of people that are affected by this.
Yeah, I ran into it with people that didn't have Python on their machine already, so they were doing the default install for Python,
Yeah.
and that caused them to have 3.12 because that's the latest version. Then they
Right.
tried to install InstructLab, and they're like, well, why am I not getting the right stuff?
Yeah,
So-
it's probably worth, and we'll talk about this more, I think, in the Thursday meeting, but it's probably worth for 0.22, because 21 should be coming out later this week, seeing if we can bump our supported versions back and include 3.12 again. The reason we had to downgrade that, I believe, was related to Torch. We were stuck on a specific Torch
It
version.
was Torch and it was
VLO
Dolomite.
and Dolomite, yeah.
Which I think I saw Oleg had his hand up at one point. I think that's becoming less of a problem as we move to different granite architectures. So
Yeah, Oleg did his hand up. Oleg, did you want to add that, or if you were saying something else originally?
I mean, yeah, we can double check to see if that's still the case. I do remember that there were a few other reasons as well. Like I think it just didn't play nice with PyTorch in general. I was gonna say setup.py would allow us to do that, but that would be a massive lift. I don't know if there's any like pre-setup scripts that we could do. But it
Yeah,
doesn't sound like it.
there's an existing PR from Fabian DuPont, I know, that has a Python 3.12 bump. I'll take the item of I can reach out to him and check into the original issue we had for deprecating 3.12 and see if we can maybe come up with some concept of a plan to bring that back into the fold.
Concept of a plan?
Exactly.
cool.
All right.
Sure.
Thanks. Anyone else has any comments? All right. Was it 0.22 or 23 that it could be reintroduced?
If we can get it into 22, we definitely will. I'm just not sure exactly how much of a lift it's going to be. So, what I will do is I will have there's an issue already for introducing 3.12 support. I will put it in the whatever milestone I think that we can get it in, and then folks can check out the milestones to see where it's been planned, and then we can talk about it some more at the Thursday meeting as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Nathan. Cool. Let's go on. This towards the end of the year, we usually have like a winding down of the event season, but which also means there's a lot of new events coming up next year, and many of them have already started their CFPs, call for presentations, and some of them are actually closing pretty soon. So I wanted to highlight a few of them here in the meeting for those who might be interested. So one of the top ones is actually Red Hat Summit, which is happening in Boston in May next year. The call for presentations is ending tomorrow. So if you haven't already, please consider submitting something by tomorrow. The link to both the event and the CFPs are included. Config management camp, it's a mouthful. It's a kind of like a adjacent event to FOSDEM. It's mainly about configuration in infra management, but they also welcome like new topics like how AI and things that can be in that framework, in that space. So I chatted with JJ last week, 2 weeks ago, at All Things Opened, and I know he has proposed some talks there, and I'm thinking of doing a InstructLab workshop there as well. So this one has the CFP open till the 15th, this Friday. KubeCon North America is happening right now, but KubeCon EU, it's for next year, has the CFP open. So once again, take a look. There's the Open Data Science Conference East. I think it's in Boston. Yes, it's Boston. So they have like East, West, and Europe, and a few events around the world. This one in Boston has the CFP open recently, and it's until November 29th. FOSDEM, I think I mentioned this briefly last week. There's a lot of dev rooms, so the structure is a little bit different from most conferences you may be familiar with. Each dev room have their own call for presentations, so you have to go select the dev rooms you're interested in and then check their CFPs separately, and they may have different deadlines as well. Most of them I checked have deadlines either November 30th or December 1st, but I didn't check through all of them. So you have to, check that for yourself if you're interested in submitting to those staff rooms. So take a look, please. And there is a low-level AI hacking and engineering staff room, which is probably the most suitable, but Python and community, and there's several other dev rooms which might be a good fit for your topic. And finally, we have this software architecture and machine learning workshop type thing. And Anastas, I will not try to butcher your last name, has brought this to our attention. I believe, I think that's the deadline. It was mid-December or something. But anyway, check out the links again, and if you have any questions, you can also direct them to Anastas directly. I believe that he's on Slack, both internally and on the InstructLab Slack, if I'm not wrong. So, all right. Anybody has anything to add? Any event CFPs that we could highlight here or in future meetings? Just let me know. Okay, if not, any other topics of interest or note? I believe there's someone mentioned about the new UI docs on docs.instruct-lab. I'm trying to see if I have a link.
I don't know if Dominic's on, but he just merged that onto docs.instruct-lab, I think yesterday. So
Okay.
now there's some documentation on how to use the UI on that webpage.
All
I'll
right.
try to find the link.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too. Is it under taxonomy, perhaps?
I just sent it in the chat.
Okay. Which chat? The Google Meet or?
In the meeting.
I have too many windows open. I don't
It's
see
on the
it.
front page of that page too. So
Okay.
yeah, it's there.
Okay, I'm either like blind or where's the UI part? No?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in the call chat.
Yeah. Can someone drop it in the call chat, please? And I forgot where I saw the initial announcement. Too many Slack windows. Probably UI channel on Slack. Ah, yes, finally. Thank you, Charlie. I believe it's the same one. Yep. Thank you. There we go. Yes, Oleg.
Do we know when the instruct-lab.ai website is going to be updated to have the link to the UI?
I don't know who was the UI team working on that. I'll check. I don't know the answer to that. Kara, have you heard anything?
Is it, if it's updated in the README, then it should be updating on the website. Because are you talking about instruct-lab.ai or are you talking about the doc site? Sorry.
Yeah, if you go to instruct-lab.ai, like our landing page, the link to the UI is not there. It should be
So we need
either
to
the
add.
first or second link.
I can ask about that in the UI meeting today.
Okay, thank you,
Oh
Julia.
wait, that's tomorrow. Today's Tuesday.
Yes.
Feels like
I'll
a
ask you about it
Wednesday.
tomorrow.
Thanks, Julia.
Of course.
Cool. All right. For those who have not seen the UI website, I don't think I'm logged in here, but yeah. It's basically a way for you to contribute to the taxonomy without having to worry about formatting YAMLs and things like that. Yeah, I'm not signed in here, so okay. Let's get back.
We'll probably, definitely Julia talked about it in the UI meeting tomorrow, but I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to work with JJ since he was creating the website to get it updated.
JJ created a docs.instruct-lab, but the main instruct-lab .ai, he also was the one. Okay.
Yeah, with IBM, but they gave him the permissions for it when we went live. But he's at KubeCon, so we can just take that as an action.
Is he at JJ's at KubeCon this week?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just yesterday.
I don't think maybe it's just there for a day.
But I do have a meeting with him today.
Okay. He could have been just part of the cloud
AI part.
rejects. No, the AI part you will need the ticket to attend the AI
Yeah,
day.
then he's at KubeCon because he's doing the AI day for IBM.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I also just found the landing page for that, so I can add a button for the UI on the webpage. It looks really easy.
Yeah, Kelly, thank you so much. I just didn't know if there was a process that we needed to go through.
I'm pretty sure it's just a PR, but
Yeah.
it was also a little weird to find. So, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks. All right. Cool. I didn't have anything else on the agenda. Does anyone want to bring up the topic? Well, if not, we can end this early, but thank you everyone for being here. And once again, feel free to give me feedback if you want to add anything to future meetings or comment on something. And yeah, we'll see you next week in our regular meeting time. Take care.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Carol.
Thanks, all. See you.
Thanks all.
Bye.